This is Shelby, and we're from Bitch Please.
Welcome back to another episode.
Yay.
This is episode 13.
Wait, 12?
13.
Is it 13?
Yeah.
No fucking lie.
Yeah, 12 was our last one.
No shit. Oh my god. I thought our last one was 11. Damn. Well, welcome to episode 13. I don't even know what's going on most of the time. So we love to have you guys here. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for joining.
But let's go ahead and get started. How your screws today, bitch?
My screws are good. They're just tired.
Yeah.
Everybody's moving kind of sluggish.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm fine.
Yeah?
But everybody's just moving a little slow.
Yeah.
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 How are your screws?
About the same.
Yeah.
I'm just tired.
Yeah.
And I think that's just because I'm like about to start my period, so I'm like really my period.
Right.
So I'm just exhausted. I could sleep.
Yeah.
Like, plus work has been kicking my fucking ass.
Girl, work has been crazy.
Work has been kicking my ass. I'm gonna need people to just stay alive.
Literally, please.
Because I'm so tired.
Girl, I mean, you know, my last 2 days were my off days, and I've been in the bed.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing stuff. I've been productive, but if it can be contained to my bed, it's gonna be in the bed.
Yeah, your work week was a lot longer than mine.
Girl.
Your work week was crazy as fuck. Crazy as fuck. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
Exhausted. So y'all know, like, we're both forensic autopsy technicians, and we have to move large bodies all the time.
Literal dead weight.
Dead weight. Sometimes 350 pound dead weight. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And you're on your feet for like a solid 4 hours, and you're moving and you're doing stuff and you're going from one body to the next. And it's a lot. It's a fucking lot.
It's physically taxing.
It's definitely physically taxing, but this week for me was mentally taxing.
Yeah, I feel like this week was very mentally taxing.
Yeah.
And just the kind of the go of everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and it's normally like busy and stuff like that, but this week has been just kind of a little harder.
It has been. And I feel like it's always like that when there's like, not that death is necessary in any way, but it's like the unnecessary, more violent deaths.
Yeah.
That shit is just like,
it's draining.
It's draining. It's mentally and emotionally draining sometimes. And it's just a lot.
It is a lot.
It's
Especially because the process is a lot longer than a normal thing where you can just kind of like snap, cut, and be done.
I know. It's been a lot. So work has me tired. Luckily today was pretty chill.
Good.
Knocked out a lot of extra stuff that I needed to get done.
Good.
And then I took a nap at work.
Those be the best
I didn't even mean to. I was like, I'm just gonna lay my head down for a second.
Just gonna rest my eyes real quick.
I'm just gonna rest my eyes real quick, and I was out. And nobody woke me up. Everybody just left me alone.
Because they all understood, like, it's been a long week.
It's been a long week. It's been a long week. Oh, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
But no, I also think it's just because I'm about to start my period too.
Yeah, no fair. Because I have been cramping like nobody's business.
Me too.
I think it's so weird that I feel like, I don't know if it's really true, it may be in my head, but I feel like ever since I had my hysterectomy, my cramps and stuff like that have like amped up. My PMS has amped up. So like before I had my PMS and stuff like that, and it was just kind of like base level, like I would get a little upset or I'd get a little bit angry, it'd be like pretty base level. I feel like now it's like extreme.
No
like,
lie.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm PMSing, like I'm like extremely upset or I'm extremely angry. Like it's not like a just kind of sort of anymore. And my cramps have been kicking my ass.
That's wild. Maybe I wonder if it's because of like, so like your hormones usually when they're secreted and you have your uterus, like they're meant to be used.
Yeah.
And because they're not being used, they're just being secreted and just kind of floating around in your body.
Yeah.
Like it's just amping the shit out of you.
It is. And I think my body, because my little eggs come out and they're floating in the mist. And
they're just like
they're like, what the fuck?
Where we going?
What's up? Like, oh, so you all of a sudden we had nowhere to go? Like, that's how I feel like
y'all took my whole home.
Yeah, I feel like my eggs are like rebelling against me because they ain't got no place to go. They're not being fertilized. They just floating in the mist and they mad. Yeah, and
they mad as shit.
That's what it is. They really angry right now.
They're really angry.
I've been trying to tell them, like, y'all calm down. And they've been like, fuck you.
We're
gonna, it's a revolution.
It's a revolution. I'm fucking weak.
They're upset with me right now.
They are really upset.
But yeah, no, I understand, girl, because I have been cramping. I mean, I told you this morning. I was going through it this morning.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I understand.
It's that time, and you can tell when it's time for us to start our period, because we go from immediately after. I guarantee you, next week we're gonna be like, everything's great. I've had such a good time, and then throughout the next fucking 4 episodes, it's gonna be like, oh, now I'm tired.
I'm just feeling my screws are all over the place.
I just don't know.
Yeah,
I am though. I'm tired, and I think I said it on the last episode. I feel like I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to do nothing. I just want, the only people I'm willing to see are my close people, and that's it. And I really just don't want to chill.
No, that's fair. Because I have been in the house as well. I haven't wanted to go nowhere. I haven't wanted to see nobody. Like, I barely want to answer my phone some days.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm sure people at home are like, that's depression. But
maybe. Maybe, but I'll talk to my therapist about it.
Right, we will work it out. But yeah,
Facts.
I just don't have the energy. Like,
yeah.
It's been a lot.
Yeah.
Stuff happening.
Yeah. Plus, my body's been doing some weird shit lately.
Yeah, that's true.
We won't get into all of it, but like my body's been doing some weird shit, and like I have nipple piercings, and one got caught on a washcloth. My shit got so swollen and so painful. Anyways, that was a mess. And then I finally got that one kind of taken care of. And then my other one got caught on something. And so now that one's a mess and that one's painful. My ear flared up on some weird shit. Bro, my body's just like, I hate you. I hate you lately.
I get it. I get it.
And it's like, I'm going to force you into some self-care. It's time for you it's time for you to take care of yourself.
That's probably all it was. Your body was like, hey, girl. You need to take some
I'm going to fuck you up a little bit so that you can pay attention to me.
So you have to sit down.
You have to, like, pay attention to what the fuck I'm doing.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Which is kind of, like, leads me into one of the topics that I wanted to talk about was, like, actually being able to, like, figure out how to voice my needs. And, like, I, back when I was married, I didn't have the safe space to be able to voice my needs without... I don't want to say backlash, but without like any sort of, without understanding, you know what I mean? So like I've had to in the last year kind of learn like how to voice my needs, because I'm such a people pleaser, and I've had to learn how to like voice my needs and like what I need in my life, what's going on. And like, I don't know, these past couple months, I've just been like, this is what I need. If you can't give it to me, bye, period. And I'm just like trying to figure out how to like not go to the extreme of being a total twat and being like, fuck you, this is what I need, you can't give it to me, bye. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm such also an extremist. Yeah. But like, I don't know, voicing my needs is hard.
Oh, I know. I'd be
having panic attacks.
Girl, I don't know. I mean, I feel like for certain people I do really well, and for other people not so much. And it sucks because I feel like right now I'm getting to the point where like everybody can get it, like everybody can understand what I need right now. Yeah. But it's still certain people that get, and get the exception. Even though I voice it, it just may take me a little bit longer to get there. Yeah. Which is so weird because I didn't used to be like that. Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know. I think it has to do with the fact that, and I remember we talked about this a while back, I stopped wanting to say anything. And not necessarily like to voice my needs or anything like that. I just wanted to quit talking. Like I was just tired of talking about anything. I understand that. Yeah, I was just like over it. I was just like, you know what, fuck it. Like I don't have nothing to say about nothing. Yeah. Like how do you feel? I don't feel about nothing. I don't think about nothing. I don't see nothing. I'm just here. I am floating about. Yep. You know what I mean? So I get it. But voicing your needs is hard, but it is necessary.
That absolutely.
But I struggle.
Yeah.
I struggle so bad with that.
I do too, because I think like for me, especially if like, I really care about a person or, something like that, I'm afraid of hurting somebody's feelings. Yeah. And I'm afraid of losing somebody. Yeah. And it's like at the end of the day, like anytime I have voiced my needs to somebody, even if I've been a bitch or a brat about it or, whatever, people are actually pretty receptive to it. They're like, oh, okay, cool. Thank you for telling me that that's what you need. Like, but I'm so accustomed to being like trying to voice my needs to a person and them combating me on it or telling me that that's not what I really need or, kind of playing victim or something like that. Like, that's what I'm used to. So it's like anytime I try to voice my needs, I'm like, I need...
Excuse me, I was just wondering if I could maybe have a little bit of your...
Can I have a little moment of your time?
If you don't mind.
I just need to tell you that I need food.
just a drop of water, please. I'm just a little parched.
I just need a, and it's like, it's like, you know, I was like that for so long, especially right after my divorce.
Yeah.
And right after my separation, I was like that for so long that, you know, I got to a point where I just went to an extreme and I was like, this is what I need.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like just kind of being crazy about it. And I feel like maybe I'm leveling out a little bit. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like from what, you know, you've told me, I feel like the things that you're asking for are not like crazy.
I don't think
like
so.
if you were like, yeah, girl, I told them that I need them to sprinkle rose petals every time I walk, and they need to sing, you know, that I'm their queen. I'd be like, bitch, you are tripping.
You need to calm down.
But you're not. You're asking for like basic shit.
I am, yeah.
So I don't feel like I get it. There is a balance of how you communicate that, but I don't feel like you've been asking anything crazy.
I don't think so either. I think my mind just tells me because I've, you know, like I said, I've been pushed into so many situations where I'm like, asking for the bare minimum has made me feel crazy. So I'm just like, because I'm literally asking for your time and your attention. That's it. And like, and you're making me feel like I'm a fucking psycho for it.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not. I deserve that. Period. At the end of the day, I deserve to have somebody's love and affection. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And either you're going to give it to me or you're not. And if you're not going to give it to me the way I want it to be given to me, I don't need you here. I've wasted so much of my time in my life on people like, well, they're just doing their best. Well, they just, no, fuck you. I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of it. But no, thank you for saying that because I'm like, you're right. I'm not really asking for a whole lot. Just consistency.
That's it.
That's it.
But, you know, that's hard for a lot of people.
That is, oh my God.
Consistency is hard. Showing up for you is hard.
I am tired of these dating apps already. I've been on for maybe 3 months. Over it.
Girl, I try to tell all of my friends that are in relationships or about to get out of one, and I told you this too. I was like, look, the dating pool got piss in it.
Somebody peed in the pool.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of tequila and some, it's a Long Island.
There's a little dookie floating around somewhere.
It's just floating about. You might get hit with it. Like, and it's not ideal. It's not.
You know what it makes me think of? Did you ever go to, what is it called? Was it Wet and Wild?
I never went to any of those.
Anyways, the water parks, and you get in the lazy river, and you get somebody's weave stuck in your toes. A Band-Aid hits your face. I'm talking about personal experience, bitch.
A Band-Aid?
I'm talking about personal experience. Damn. I was like maybe 17, and I was like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I popped up above the water, and there's a whole Band-Aid on my cheek. Like that.
I would have been so grossed out.
That is the dating pool.
Yeah, the dating pool.
That is the dating pool.
It is a little bit wild.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
It's hard because it's like you meet new people and you're like, hey, these are the things that I'm looking for. These are the things that I want. And they're like, yeah, I understand that. And then like a couple months goes by and you're like, hey, remember that conversation that we had, you know, not too long ago?
Yeah.
If you don't mind, can we like go back to that again? Because that's still what I want.
Facts.
You know, it's hard though.
And I feel like I'm very clear on what I'm asking for. And I'm like, this is what I'm looking for, blah, 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 blah. I give the whole bullet point. I need to start sending PDFs and shit. Like, I give the whole thing. And then I'm not looking for nothing serious. And they're like, cool, I could do that. And then 3 weeks later, I'm fucking getting love songs sent to me. And I'm like,
feelings.
I'm like, that's not, no.
That's not what we talked about. Yeah. No, it's really hard. It is really hard. And I feel like for me, I'm not always the most clear.
That's very true.
I'm not.
That's very true.
I know that. And I'm trying to get back to that of being just like, this is where I'm at. This is what I need. If you can't do it, I'm going to move on. But it's hard.
Yeah.
Especially like if it's kind of after the fact and it's like, damn, I should have spoke up before. Or I did speak up and maybe it was just, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. You're going to get there though.
Yeah.
Because I can see it. I can see you moving coming. And changing to that in that direction.
For sure. But it's just like, damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. We'll get there one day, being able to voice our needs. I just think the fact that we're actually out here doing it and like really attempting to like make those changes is, I think that sets us apart from a lot of people.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I did see, it's actually funny. I was watching something or reading something. I don't know. But there was a girl that was like, I need this, this, and this. I will not accept this, this, and this. And if you can't handle that, I'm moving on. And there was people that were like, oh, you know, it was probably online. And there was people in the comments like, you know, you're asking for a lot, and then there's other people that were like, yeah, girl, good for you, because you should be doing da 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 da. And if they can't, and I was like, you know, it's so interesting because you see a lot of times where people will say, I need X, Y, and Z, and people, whoever they're like directing that at, are like, oh, that's too much, and this and this and that. And if it's like, okay, it's too much for you,
then you're not my person.
Then you're not my person.
Somebody else will be able to provide that for me.
Exactly. And I was like,
And that's not just in like dating and relationships. No. That's like friendships. That's family members, whatever. If you're not providing this, and like, I'm not even like thinking in the sense of like, okay, for everything. You know, if you can't provide me everything, you know, and you can't do all of these things, like, we're human. You know, you can't always be 110%. Like, that's not what I'm asking. But the bare minimum of what I'm asking is something that everybody could be able to give me. You know what I mean?
You would hope. Yeah, for sure.
That's not always the case. Yeah, that's unfortunately.
Not always the case. Yeah.
But you would hope.
Yeah.
But, you know, voicing them needs.
We're
gonna get there.
We're gonna get there.
Yes, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
I like that one.
I was like hesitant because I got my rings on today, and I was like, dang.
Oh, I forgot mine. I did get my nails done though. Thank you, Shamira.
Yeah,
she made them beautiful.
Cute. Very springtime.
Yeah, it looks like little Easter eggs.
I think my nails are gonna be dark.
Are you gonna do your nails dark this time?
I think so.
I kind of want to do that next time.
I don't know. I'm kind of really feeling this nude.
Actually, I think I'm going to do the nude next.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to do, because that nude is cute as shit.
It's so cute. It's the perfect one, and it works for, like, everybody's skin tone.
Yeah.
Which is nice. She uses the same one on me every time, and I'm like, go grab that nude, girl. You know what we about to do. Like, so.
I love it.
I do, too. It's perfect.
She really be doing my nails right.
Yeah, she do.
Let's talk about that, though, because, so, I was in a store the other day, and there was a woman in there, one of the workers, and she started talking shit about somebody, and I just happened to know who that person is. I just happen to know who that person is, and I happen to be I happen to be friends with this person. And so she was originally started off being like super like cool about it or whatever, and then she flipped script and was like talking mad shit. And I was like, oh, I know her. And she was like, oh, that's wild. And I said, yeah, I'm actually like really cool with her. I just felt like that was so fucking unprofessional.
Oh, it's super unprofessional.
Unprofessional. Yeah. Like, you shouldn't be out here in the workplace talking shit like that about, especially with clients around.
Yeah, with clients around is crazy because you don't know who knows who and how they know them.
Exactly.
So it's very interesting.
Exactly.
Because you just never know who you're going to run up on.
Yeah.
That's something I'm super conscious of.
Yes.
Oddly enough, because some of the people that I know, I know that they know a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you just never know who knows who. And
exactly.
I found out people know people that I didn't realize they knew.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, how do you guys know each other?
Yeah. But like, the thing is, I don't talk shit to people like that. Like,
yeah.
With you, obviously, I'm gonna run and be like, I don't like this bitch, you know, whatever. But like, and people that I'm close with, because those are the people that I trust. But I'm not just out here like, why would you think it was okay to just be out here and talk shit about somebody and you don't know who your audience is?
Yeah, no, that's facts. That's facts.
You don't know who the fuck your audience is. Like, it felt so unprofessional. I was like, she had left or whatever the shop, and I was talking to another girl that was there, and I was like, who is she? And she was like, oh, she knew. And I was like, oh, okay, because she's wild as fuck for opening her mouth like that. Yeah. Like, why would she...
In front of clients.
In front of clients.
That's wild. That is wild.
Like, go talk your shit low-key on the side, but, like, in front of clients, bro, that was wild to me.
Yeah.
That was wild to me. But... yeah, I don't know. I was like, that was, I don't know. I feel like that was unprofessional. And I've never actually really experienced that at any place before, so...
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've experienced something like that either. I've experienced it in a completely different situation. Yeah. Like if I was at like a party or like a get together or whatever, and somebody was talking shit about somebody, and you'd be like, "Oh, I know them" or whatever. But it wasn't a professional setting. Like it wasn't like a business. It was like a closed event. Yeah. Which still like. You just don't know who knows people.
Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, and so it was interesting, but it never in that type of environment.
Yeah, it was wild.
Which is weird.
It was
wild. And the
wild.
fact that like their manager didn't say anything about it was interesting.
Yeah, their manager wasn't there, although I'm sure she would have said something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm sure she would have said something.
I'm sure she would have. Because homegirl don't play.
She don't fucking play.
No.
She don't play. But that shit rubbed me the wrong way, and I was like, immediately after she left, I was like, I don't like her. I don't like her energy.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why are you out here opening your mouth about people you don't know about?
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
That's really weird.
And the shit that she was saying, I was like, that could also apply to you, bitch.
Oh.
So I was like, maybe don't talk some shit.
Right.
I don't know. I got real.
Was it throwing stones at glass houses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Mm.
But yeah.
Girl.
Let's talk about cheating on your.
Okay, so have you ever cheated on your nail tech, hairdresser, whatever, waxer? Mm-hmm. How did that go for you?
Did not go well.
Typically, it does not.
It did not go well at all. I was seeing this hairdresser for a while, and this was back when I had like fire engine red hair, and she, I had fucked up my hair and bleached it. I was young as shit. I think it was like maybe like 20, 21 or something like that, and I fucked up my hair, and she got it to look really nice. And she was doing my hair for a while, but she was expensive. And it was expensive to continue going to her. What happened?
My stomach just made a whole noise, girl. It was loud. I'm surprised it
didn't gang. Yeah. I didn't hear it.
It was like,
Not the replay.
Yeah.
Instant replay.
Sorry.
Anyways. She got real upset with me because I told her, I said, hey, girl, like, I can't afford your services. She's like, I'm already giving you a discount. And I said, but I just can't afford your services.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm sorry to have to do that to you. And then I dyed my hair a dark brown color because I couldn't maintain the red. And she got mad.
Oh.
She got mad. Yeah. And I was like, you know, can I come in and get a brown done or a cover up? This was like maybe months later and whatever. And she was like, yeah, I just don't think that we could work together and like blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
Like she fired me.
Oh.
She fired me. She got real mad. I was like, girl, I can't afford you.
Yeah.
It's not out here thinking like I don't want to.
Right,
I don't want you as a hairdresser. I loved her as a hairdresser.
Right.
Girl, I can't afford you.
Yeah.
You're charging me $300 a pop.
Oh yeah, no.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And then you know red.
Yeah, red is hard to maintain.
Yeah, you have to fucking go every 6 weeks to get that shit redone.
I still haven't redyed mine.
Yeah, but that shit still looks real red though.
Thanks, girl. Yeah, it does.
It does. It looks real red. But I'm like, she got so mad at me. And that was the last time I cheated on a hairdresser. I stay with my hairdresser's great now though.
Yeah, she be doing her thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had I had a couple of situations. I had cheated on my hairdresser one time so when I started my locks, I had only gone to her. She was the only person that ever touched my head. And then I let a homegirl do my hair, and she did a good job. There was nothing wrong with it, but I just noticed my hair was just different because of how she was doing it. And so when I went back to her, she was like, you know, oh, your hair looks like what have you been doing to it? I haven't seen you in a couple of months. Like,
yeah,
you know, what's been going on? And I was like, oh, you know, I went to somebody else because they were closer and I just couldn't come all the way out, blah, blah, blah. And she was just like, okay. She was real chill about it. So that wasn't a bad situation. And actually all the situations haven't been really bad.
Yeah.
Except one. I got my eyebrows done by the girl I normally go to, and I went to somebody else one time, and my eyebrows were fucked.
Oh, no
completely fucked. Like, this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I was going to this girl that was doing waxing. Or no, I was going to a girl that was doing threading, and I ended up getting them waxed because I needed something quickly and I couldn't get out to them to thread them. Yeah. My eyebrows were thin. I was missing part of the side of my eyebrow.
Oh my god.
It was like real bad. I forgot where I was at. I might have been, I don't know where I was living back then, but it was bad. And I was just like, I will never do that again. But then my nails, which I didn't technically cheat on her, she stopped doing nails. Yeah. And I went to one lady and she did my nails one time. Super nice, super sweet. They looked cute. They lifted, they fell off.
Oh,
like,
no.
It was just bad. And I stopped getting my nails done completely until the original girl came back, and then I started getting my nails done again. Yeah. So that one I don't really count as cheating because I didn't technically cheat on her. Cheating. She left, and
That's not cheating.
She took a break. Yeah, she took a break, and I had to
try
to find somebody else.
We were on a break.
Yeah, but yeah, I've always learned that if you got somebody solid that's like really,
you have to stick with them.
You got to stick with them no matter where they go.
Yeah.
Like, even with the girl that does my hair, like, they were on one side of town, now they're on the opposite side of town. Yeah. And it's like, I'm gonna follow you, but man, this is far. Yeah. Like, it's far. Yeah. But she does get work, so I'm gonna be there.
I know your locks look great.
Thanks.
I know.
She's gotten them back into shape because I also bleached my hair myself. Mm-hmm. And she was like, what did you do? My hair was falling out. Like, it wasn't like falling out, but it was just thinning real bad. And she's like, what did you do? And I was like, well, I tried to, well, and she was just like, girl, like, if you're gonna do that, you gotta really try to maintain it and keep it up and all this other stuff. And also, don't bleach your own damn hair. Like,
do not bleach your own hair.
With locks, it's real bad. Like, it thinned out. My hair has never been the same.
Yeah.
It's still trying to recover from when I did that. And that's been at least probably 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe 2. Because I did something stupid. My hair was like this, dark and then red for the longest. And then I was like, I'm tired of the red. I'm going to go completely black. And then I'm going to do like some gray streaks. The gray streaks was like a wax. Hated that. I had it for like maybe a month, and I was like, I'm going back to red.
You did not go from black to red.
I did.
Oh, I would have whooped your ass as your hairdresser.
Yeah.
We would have fought.
Yeah, she was like, why would you do that? She did my hair when it was black, and she was like, this looks nice, it looks healthy, da-da-da. And I went back probably like a couple months later, and she's like, what did you do?
Yeah.
It was bad. It was patchy. Like, when I first bleached it, my hair was like super orange, and I had to wait because I couldn't put nothing else on it, so I just had to walk around like that for a few weeks, which sucked because it just looked... it really looked like I ain't had no edges because it was blending into my skin. It was just bad. It was bad all around. But, I mean, she took me back,
Yeah.
She's been holding me down ever since.
Yeah.
I won't leave her again.
I know. My hairdresser's fucking great.
Yeah.
Great. Because I was going to this one woman for a little bit, and I did the same thing. I had black hair, and I was like, I want to go gray. Like, I want to have silver hair. And she was like, okay, we can do that. I said, I don't mind doing multiple sessions. Do not mind doing multiple sessions. No, we can do it all in one go. And I had...
That's a bad sign.
This was the red with the black on top.
Oh.
So what she does is she puts my hair, she starts bleaching it, and she puts me under
the dryer?
The dryer. And I'm under that dryer for an hour and a half. I had burns on my scalp. Burns.
Girl.
Whole burns on my scalp. And I left, and she took it out, and I was like, oh my God. First of all, it was orange, and she said, don't worry, we're going to put this over on. It's going to look, I'm going to tone it, and we're going to put this over on. She put the toner on my head, burned like a bitch, because I had so many, like, open sores. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm surprised my hair didn't fall out. Like, low-key, I'm surprised my hair didn't fall out. My hair is strong as shit. So, she puts the gray on. I look in the mirror, and I start crying because it's green gray.
Oh.
It's this ugly green gray. And she was like, oh, here, take this shampoo, take this, whatever. I had to pay for all this shit. Take all this, and go home. At this point, this was, again, back when I did not know how to express my needs.
I was going to ask, like...
So I left hysterical.
Yeah.
Got home. My husband at the time was like, that looks absolutely terrible. I posted a picture on social media or Instagram or whatever and was like, somebody please help fix my hair. I reached out to homegirl who did my hair, and I was like, hey... I want my money back. This is not what I asked for. I have sores on my head. Like, I will pay for the shampoo and conditioner because that's what I did. But I was like, I don't want this. Like, I want something else. Like, you fucked up my whole hair. Like, it's straw. Like, my hair was, like, literally I would touch my hair and it would break off.
Oh my God.
It was bad. So I went to my girl now, Daisy. Hair by Daisy. She's so amazing. She gives the best curly cuts. I absolutely love her. And she's like this witchy, crunchy woman. Like, she's very earthy, and she just likes to use all natural products as much as she can.
Yeah.
Like, she's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, she redid my hair, and after I had the purple. Anyways, so I go to her, and she's like, don't worry, it's not anything crazy. We can try to fix it. It's just going to take time. And I was like, please. Okay. She did. Yeah. She did a beautiful job. We lifted it a little bit more. Had to really try to fix some stuff and put some toner in it and do some shit. And I had to go back like every 4 weeks. And then I got to a point where I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I dyed it a brown, tried to give it a filler color, and then I just let my hair grow up.
Yeah.
But my hairdresser was the shit. I still go to her. This was like maybe like 6 years ago. Yeah. She's been my hairdresser for 6 years now.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That's what's up.
And I love to watch her. I don't know if you like to watch like your hairdressers and nail techs just kind of grow.
Yeah.
And like really come into themselves and like learn new shit.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, I do too.
I'm sorry, that was a long story.
No, it's fine. I do too because I think about when I first started my locks and how she had been doing hair for a long time. Anyway, but she was doing like mostly like braids, and she would do locks here and there, and just kind of over the, because I've had my locks for 6 years. Coming in June it'll be 6 years, and she just kind of seeing her, just how big she's gotten as far as like how much people's hair she does,
Yeah.
and just seeing the styles and things that she does. She's always been a beast, like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
She's always been a beast, but she's just kind of like grown and grown and grown.
Yeah.
I think it's so dope. And then it's just cool to see like how she's taken my hair from, you know, when I first locked it to now, and how she tends to it. It's just really cool.
I love that.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love watching her go. Her name's Shira from Art. What's her name? Art by Design Hair Gallery on Instagram.
Love that.
She's
love
awesome.
that.
She's awesome. I need to see her again soon, but it'll be a little bit.
That's okay, girl.
Yeah.
I understand.
Just going out there, man.
I know. I get it. I just spent a pretty penny on trying to get the purple out of my hair.
It looks nice though.
I was shocked that she was able to do what she did with my hair, getting that purple out.
Yeah, she did a good job.
She did a great job.
But the purple was a semi-permanent, right?
Yeah, but purple is really hard to cover.
Yeah.
Purple is like the only color that's like really fucking hard to cover.
Yeah.
And take out.
Yeah.
She was like, it's a bitch.
Yeah.
But she did it.
Yeah, she did. You can't even. There's like
Can't
zero
even
signs
tell
that there was purple.
Nope.
It looks good.
I know. I love it.
It looks really good.
She did really good.
Yeah, she did.
So rolling into our next segment. I got back into doing tarot cards again.
Okay.
And I mean, you.
I said okay, like I didn't know that. Duh.
I was like, I just side-eyed you. I was like, bitch, I just gave you a reading.
Definitely did give me a reading.
But I absolutely love doing them. They kind of give me like this peace and grounding sort of sense, and like I'll do it maybe about once a week. And it just kind of gives me like an understanding of like where I'm at and where my path's at, and every single one is always accurate as fuck.
That last one was very accurate.
That last one was for you, girl?
Yeah.
That hit the nail on the head.
Actually, both of them were super accurate. Because the one that you did before that was really, really scarily accurate.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I don't want to. See, that's the thing. That's the thing about tarot is that, like, you get these readings, and then they have these, like, this is where you're at, this is where you're, or this is where you were, this is where you're at, this is where you should be, and this is just some advice on how to get to where you want to be, right?
Yeah.
Some of the times you just don't want to do that shit. A lot of the times you don't want to do that shit because it's hard and you don't want to. And I say hard, not necessarily like difficult to do, but
scary.
Like it's scary, and like sometimes you just don't want to make those adjustments because you're comfortable where you're at. You're comfortable with, like, if it has to do with like a partner or whatever, like you're comfortable in that situation, or you're comfortable at work, or you're comfortable at whatever it is, and you're just like, I don't know, like I don't know if I want to do all that. Like I hear it and I see it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think I had like one of my first tarot readings. It was, I want to say like, it was a long time ago, fairly long time ago, and oddly enough, it was one of the girls that wrote a fanfic for the podcast that me and Lisa do.
No way.
She was one of the authors, and she was telling us about, like, I do tarot and da-da-da-da. And I was like, no way, can you do a reading for me? And she did a reading for me. And it was really cool, and it was really spot on. And then I have my line sister. She also does tarot, and she's actually stuffy. She's witchy, and so she does all that stuff. And so she did a reading for me as well, and it was really cool. And then you've done my latest ones. Yeah. So it's I always love a them. Treat. It is always a treat to see what comes out of it. Yeah. What you do with it is what you do with it.
Facts.
Just
facts.
Being honest.
Because like there's some times where I'm like, we're just gonna ignore that and we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna pretend like it didn't happen. But honestly, they have always been very spot on. Yeah. And they have always been very honest. And it's just like, especially with my most recent deck. Yeah. My most recent deck is powerful as fuck. Like, and I know some people are like, I don't really believe in that stuff, whatever. But this deck has so much like bad bitch energy to her.
Yeah, it does.
Where it's just like, bitch, this is what's happening. This is what you need to do. This is where you are. This is where you were. Blah, blah, blah. And she just like hits you with that shit.
Yeah. I
the like everything is fine card.
Girl, so
I was pissed.
Can we just talk about how both of our last two cards were the exact same for this last reading?
Yep.
That was wild.
I was like, we are together entirely way too much to be drawing in that much energy.
Because that thing was shuffled to the core.
To the max. You shuffled the fuck out of that deck.
I sure did, and still we got the same two cards.
Same two in the last same place. Wild.
Yeah.
Wild. But definitely like, so if you're ever, some suggestion, if you're ever going to do tarot or if you want to get tarot cards, have them gifted to you. That's the way you need to be able to get them. They're not going to be the same. It just doesn't work the same. It doesn't have like, I don't want to say it doesn't have the accuracy, but like It's different when those cards are gifted to you because it's almost like the universe has placed these cards for you without you seeking them, sort of deal. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that does make sense.
It's like faded almost in a weird way, and then it's just like, it's like I have a deck from the 80s that was gifted to me by my mother, and then I have my most recent deck, which was gifted to me by a very wonderful person. So yeah,
I like that deck.
I love that deck.
It's a very cute.
She is sassy.
It's just a cute deck.
It is, and she is sassy.
Yeah.
I love it. So if you haven't got a tarot reading, highly suggest it, but also be very careful.
Yeah, because I feel like you can't go to everybody for that.
No.
So.
You cannot. You cannot. You know where I really want to go, though? And I think you and I have talked about it. I want to go to Casadega again.
Yeah. I know I stated my concerns, but it sounds like I'll be good.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Like,
no,
okay,
they're not
cool.
racist.
You know, so this area is in a very, small part of Florida.
It is in the middle of nowhere.
Florida is Florida.
Let's be real. Florida is hit or miss, and most places are very racist. Very like, that racist. Is just what it is.
You
here.
cannot go everywhere. So some places that people be like, oh, just go here, just go there. And it's like, are they cool with black people?
Yes.
Because I need to know. Like, I got recommended to go to a tattoo shop by one of the people from the funeral home. Yeah. She was like, oh, go here. They do all my tattoos. And in my head, I'm like, but do they tattoo black people?
Yeah, that's a legitimate question.
I think it was in. I always get these confused. I don't know if it was DeLand, Deltona, or is DeBerry?
Yeah.
Place? It was in one of them.
All three of those places racist.
And I was not comfortable because she was like, you can go, you'll be fine. And I'm just like,
no.
Girl.
No.
You're going to get me hung. And I'm not trying to... I'm not trying to do that.
That's facts.
You know?
That's facts. I did field research. I went. Everybody was very friendly.
No,
I even went and asked, and I said, hey, my guy.
Weird question.
Are people of color allowed here? And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, I mean, y'all pretty small and a little in the backwoods. He goes, yeah, we have people from all over the country, all over the world come. He's like, we have people from other countries who come here.
Okay.
Specifically from readings from the psychics and the mediums that are there.
Yeah.
So, and I had a homegirl the last time I went, my homegirl, she got a reading done and her shit was spot on.
Was it?
Like, to the point where he was like, this particular guy, described the guy, stay away from him.
Ooh.
Was like very spot on. I'm talking, these people are very real deal.
Oh.
But you have to, because it's not just cards that they pull. They read. They read.
I like to be living in the land of Delulu. I just, don't tell me about nobody. I just want to be like, la la la.
No, but I mean, I want to go.
I do want to go. I absolutely want to go. I want to get that experience, but.
They also have a cute little fairy garden.
Does it?
It does,
cute.
yeah.
But I might. I mean, I would like to get a reading. That would be cool. But I can't say that I'm gonna be heeding all the.
No, yeah.
The warnings.
I don't listen. I don't even listen to people's advice or my therapist sometimes. So it's like, you think I'm gonna listen to a psychic? I also like to live in the land of Delulu most of the time. I'm just like la 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 la. But then reality hits, and then I'm pissed, and then I have to like go back in. Anyways,
yeah.
It's a vicious cycle.
It is a vicious cycle, but that is really cool. I think it's a dope thing, and you know, I feel like a lot of people have some very altered thoughts when it comes to tarot.
For sure.
So because you have them and you've used them and all that, can you give like an explanation on like how they? I mean, I know you've kind of went into like how they work and things like that, but that I don't even know what I'm trying to ask specifically.
Like the process of like what I do, or
because people have this idea that it's like evil, or that it's not like, you know, people always have these especially people that are super religious have these ideas about what tarot is. And so like if you were talking to somebody that was like super religious and super churchy, like how would you describe it to them and kind of ease them, if they could even? I don't even know if you could ease somebody like that in, but I get what you're saying. So, I mean, basically with tarot cards, it's just your own, like, I feel like, I don't know, I'm a little woo-woo when it comes to shit. So, I like to do sage. I like to cleanse myself. I like to do that. I do believe in, like, bad negative energy, and I do very much believe in energy in general. So, and we all give off an energy, and we all have this, and everybody has it. And what happens with the tarot cards is it pulls from that energy, and then it pulls what you need and where you were and all of that from you. So what I usually do is I'll take my deck, I'll shuffle it, or I'll have the other person, if I feel like the other person
doesn't seem to be very open, I'll have that other person shuffle the deck and kind of get their juju and their own energy all over the deck. And, you know, I'll have them shuffle the cards, and then I have them split the cards in 3 different piles, and then I have them restack whichever way they do it, whichever way they want. Because then it's all of them. Everything that the cards are pulling and what is going to end up being shown is coming from the person that I'm giving the reading for. And then when I do that and I give the, like, and then I pull the cards, it's pulling from your energy. And I know, like, it's not evil. It's not some spirits. There's no, like, I'm, you know, when you're using the cards, you're not pulling,
summoning somebody.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
from the depths of hell.
There is no 666. What is it? How many sixes is it?
3.
Okay. There's no. See, I don't even know. There's no. You know. There's no summoning shit. There's none of that. It's literally just drawing from your own personal energy.
Yeah.
And then it's giving you what you need to hear.
Yeah.
So that's all it is. There's no, you know, spirit. There's no other extra woo woo shit. There's no black candles that need to be lit. None of that shit. Literally, we were chilling and eating pizza. And I was like, let's do a reading.
Yeah,
like, it was just a very chill, you know, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. But yeah, no, I don't know why some people feel it's so, I don't know why people get so weirded out about tarot cards. Maybe because it's just like the history of it.
Maybe.
But it's like, y'all be reading a book and believing a whole book. So why can't you believe, why can't you believe something about cards? A book written by a man thousands of years ago.
Which has been interpreted and translated over
and over again. And most of the time, these same people that are like really against fucking tarot cards are really for Leviticus. So they just be in there like, yes, that's my favorite.
You don't want to live by, anyway.
No, but don't want to live, I'll say it, but don't want to live by the actual good word that's in the book. Because I do believe that there's some good stuff that's in the Bible.
I will say this, and this might offend somebody, but it's just how I feel.
Yeah.
I started to read the Bible from front to back. I did not finish it, but I started to because I was like, I have a crap ton of Bibles. Yeah. I had a bunch of them. I don't know what was happening as a kid, but like everybody was giving Bibles. I don't know if they was trying to tell my parents,
I had like 7.
Yeah, I don't know if they was like telling my parents like, she gonna need this.
Yeah.
Like, give this to her. Because I got one when I graduated high school. I got one when I graduated college.
So
I got one when I was baptized. I got one when I got a bunch of different ones so many different times. And it's just so interesting because I started to read it and I'm like, yo, this is kind of funny. Like, this is low-key kind of comedy, especially if you think about it in today's terms.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
It is kind of funny.
Like, the stories are very interesting, and depending on how you interpret it, it can be like,
there's many different meanings to it.
Yeah. And that's what's always tripped me up, but we won't even get on all that, because that's going to be a whole... But yeah, it was just very interesting to see... Like, damn, some of this is kind of funny to me.
Facts.
Yeah.
A lot of it's kind of funny to me. I mean, I read front to back. This was a long time ago because I was at a point where I was like, I'm tired of people telling me shit, because this is when I was very much like, I'm a lesbian, like pride flag on my forehead type shit. Like, I was very out and proud. But everybody was like, you're going to go to hell. You're, you know, whatever. And I was like, you know what? Y'all keep quoting this book. Let me read it. So I read it. And there was some good stuff about it, but there was also a bunch of bullshit. And I was like, y'all be really following this to a T. Like, y'all be really following, sometimes to a fucking T.
Yeah.
But then they completely miss, like, other, like, there's one part, I think it's in the Old Testament, where it talks about, like, you can't plant one seed next to another type shit. It was just, and I'm like, but y'all can't do that? You can't cut your hair. Like, men are not supposed to cut their hair, but y'all be out here fucking going to the barbershop all the time.
How your cycle, how you're supposed to be, how all that works with your cycle.
See, I like learning about different spiritualities.
Yeah.
I like reading different books about it. We are getting in a good topic.
Girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I really like learning about spirituality and different spiritualities and different religions and different stuff like that. And I've kind of pulled and formed my own shit that I like to believe in. There's one book that I read that actually is really, really beautiful. And it's called Conversations with God.
Okay.
Have you ever read it or heard of it? Absolutely beautiful. I don't know if the story behind it is real or whatever, but it's just this man who was like really, he was going through a rough time and he was very religious and whatever. And he starts writing, and then, he claims as he's writing and he's like writing, you know, questions to God and talking to God, that he starts responding with his own hand, and he starts writing. And this entire, there's like, I think 2 books. And the whole thing is just his correspondence with God. And the thing is like, you know, I am not a religious person. I have my own belief in God, and she is really powerful and beautiful, and I love her very much. And I don't call her God. But anyways, but this book, like kind of starts, like it just opened my mind up to so much like different spirituality and stuff, because a lot of what his conversation was about and the responses was like, that's not what I meant when this was said, that's not what it was when it was this is what I mean, this is what it is, and we're all connected and we're all this, you know. It was just very beautiful.
That sounds beautiful.
It was very beautiful. I have it somewhere. It was very beautiful.
Sounds great. I know I took a class and we were talking about pretty much church and religion and different religions, and people were like, well, you know, this person believes this and this person believes that. And I remember looking at the stories that we were reviewing and being like, well, I mean, this story sounds exactly like this story, except they call this person this and they call this person that, but it's the same story. So why is this one different over this one? Why is this one weighted more over this one? Like, they're literally the same thing.
Yeah.
Which is always kind of like been interesting for me.
It is interesting.
So
it's always based off of some sort of life lesson that you need to not be so self-serving at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And it's just like, there's a lot when it comes to, you know, learning about spirituality and doing that. Like, I really love paganism. Like, I like pagans and I like the nature part and I like the being connected to that. You know what I mean? And there's all sorts of different, you know, different religions and spiritual beliefs that I like to pull from. Yeah. I don't have just one, girl.
No, I feel it. I was watching this show. It was called, I think it was called Taboo. And this,
I remember that show.
Yeah, and it had like a specific series on different ways that people, I don't want to say deal with death, because different cultures celebrate it, different cultures mourn it. Like, it was just, it was just talking about it in general, about how different areas view death and how they feel about it and how they celebrate their loved ones and how they prepare them for the next phase in life, because you have different cultures that feel like, you know, you're reincarnated and things like that. And it was just so interesting to see, because people do have different belief systems when it comes to how they perceive death and how they deal with the death after the fact. And it was just really cool to see it. And I like watching that stuff. Like, that book sounds interesting. So speaking of reincarnation, I was reading a book that it was called Many Lives, Many Masters. Did you ever read that? It's actually really, really good.
Is it?
And so pretty much what it talks about is, it actually has like I think it had like a couple of people, but it was, and this is supposed to be based on a true story. Yeah. Allegedly. Yeah. But there's this lady that's got like this crazy anxiety. I don't remember what it was specifically, but she had like crazy anxiety about like going outside in the rain or something like that. Yeah. It was like something. And she couldn't understand what it was that was causing her this fear. Like, she felt like it was an irrational fear and all this other stuff. And she started seeing this therapist, and they started doing like MDMA therapy and just a bunch of different things. And as they're going through it, they're finding out in a past life of hers, she was like drowned or something like that, and that's why she had these hang-ups or different anxieties in the current time. And so they're kind of going through that. She discovers it. They're like, okay, great. So they work on it and she does better. Well, as they're going through it, they're finding out different parts every time in a different period of time in her life. She was living as this, and she was living as this, and she was living at that. So certain things that would come up later on, they'd be like, oh yeah, because this at this part in your, like, when you were living as this, this is what was going on. That's why you have this now. It was just very interesting.
That is very interesting.
It was really good. It's a super quick read. Like, it was really, really good.
What is it called?
Many Lives, Many Masters.
Many Lives, Many Masters. It's so funny that you mentioned that, because I had therapy yesterday, and we were talking about, because I do the EMDR therapy, and I just finished everything I needed to do so we can do preconception. And with preconception, she's like, you know, some people have talked about the universe, some people have talked about God, some people have talked about this. She's like, I've also had people talk about past lives. And I was like,
yeah, it was really interesting.
What?
Yeah.
Because I do believe that there's probably, I believe in reincarnation and all of that, but I'm like, also, like, I wonder. Yeah. That's crazy.
It was crazy, because it was like, to think that the things that she was suffering from in the current time were things that she had dealt with in the past. It was just so interesting. Yeah. So you should read it, girl. I think you would like it a lot.
I would love that. See, I love learning about new shit like that. Yeah. Like, I like learning about different spiritualities. I just like it. And like, you know, past lives and you know, even near-death experiences or people who have died and what they've seen and all of that. Like, there was a whole documentary, and I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to find it, and hopefully you can like put it on the video. But there was this documentary about it was a docuseries about people who had died and what they saw when they died and when they came back. And like some people were like, I saw nothing. Some people were like, I saw, nothing but light. Some people were like, color was everywhere. And they were just like, everybody had such a different experience. Some people saw their own bodies and had like an out of body experience and like just craziness. And I'm like, I wonder what life is like, after death. Who knows? But but also like everybody's is different. Yeah. Which makes me think that not one religion is correct. That's just me, though.
I do. I think it's interesting with that because I saw something where this guy was talking about he had died and came back. Yeah. And he said it was one of the most peaceful times of his existence. He was like, I was at so much peace from all the bullshit that I was dealing with, and then I came back and I was so depressed. I was like, damn,
that's crazy.
Like, yeah, that's crazy. And like, how do you deal with that?
How do you deal with that?
Yeah, like you were at a state of complete peace. Yeah, and have to come back into the shit that you were already in. Yeah, he did express that he was working on some things. Yeah, and as he's kind of been back and all of that. He's come to appreciate different things and kind of looks at life differently. But it was a struggle for him for a long time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was like, I just didn't know. I didn't know how to handle it. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah, to like be at complete peace and then have to come back to the bullshit. Yeah. I think that's why most people end up like attempting another time. Yeah. But
well, I don't think he had attempted to unalive himself.
Oh, he didn't.
He didn't. He was in like an accident or something crazy.
Oh, no lie.
Yeah, he was in an accident and he was just, I mean, life wasn't going great.
Yeah.
But I think it was an accident that ended up putting him in that situation.
That's wild. See, I like shit like that.
It was very interesting.
I like shit like that.
And it just makes you think because you're just like, damn, what is life after death? Like, yeah. Some people are like, oh, it's this, and some people are like, oh, it's that, and some people are like, it's nothing, and you're just like,
who knows? Who knows? Except for those who have experienced it and come back. Yeah.
It's very interesting.
It is crazy. But it is crazy.
Thinking about like, I know we talked about like woo and things like that. Do you have any like weird superstitions that you maybe grew up on or things that you practice now that people would be like, what the hell?
No.
No?
Not really. I mean, there's little... You're the weirdo. You're the weird shit that you be saying. I'm like, girl, what? No, I mean, we do. We have weird superstitions. Like, there is this... my dad would tell me there's this bug that's in Puerto Rico that... it looks like a leaf. It's like a bright green bug. And it's like, if you kill it, you lose money. There's like Santeria, which you put the water by the door with the money around it. But if you spill that, you're going to have bad luck for like years, shit like that. If you're like cleansing yourself and you don't open up a window, that negative energy is going to stay here. If you have a spirit in your house or something like that, you got to open up everything and let them out, and just like little shit like that. Yeah. But the stuff that you be telling me, bitch, I'm like, what the fuck? What sort of superstitious shit is that? Like, wild as shit.
I remember, so one of the things that Shelby's talking about is, I remember hearing that like you're not supposed to let your hair like be on the ground outside because if birds get it, they'll put it in your nest and you'll get headaches.
She told me that shit one day because I had a stray hair chilling on my shirt and I put it on the ground. She said, oh, don't do that. A bird's gonna get it and you're gonna get headaches. I was like, bitch, what?
Girl, it's just something that I heard and it stuck with me as I grew up.
That's so wild. That's so wild. No, I never had superstitions like that. My mom did say though that if you because I would always look like this. She's like, your face gonna stay that way permanently if you keep your face like that. She's not wrong. She wasn't wrong. It stays like that on a consistent basis.
That's where you're comfortable.
Yeah. What other shit you got? You got other ones? Because I know you got some wild shit.
I'm trying to think of. I mean, some of the other ones are just things that you hear over time about, like, I mean, same thing with, like, if you're gonna clean out your house or, like, sage or something like that, you gotta open stuff up because if there's negative energy, you don't want it to just be roaming around the house. Yep. You gotta let it out. I'm trying to think of another one. The purse thing about not putting your purse on the ground because you'll lose money.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
That is a big one. Sweeping your feet.
Yes.
You're not supposed to sweep your feet.
That's a big one. That's a big one, too.
I'm trying to think of some other ones that... I feel like there was another one I told you, but now I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember what it was either.
I know it was weird.
Weird shit. Can we also just talk about, like, while you're thinking about what it is? Can I also just say, like, This is a typical conversation for Deidre and I. We went from talking about hairdressers and nail techs.
That's fine. We were all over the place today.
And diving right into spirituality and reincarnation and afterlives. Like, you know, past lives.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. We love it.
Oh, I do remember. I don't even know where this came. I feel like my mom told me this. That if you watch a dog pee, you'll get a sty in your eye.
I cannot.
I don't even know where that came from, why it exists. I don't even understand.
I cannot. Do you remember the one with the microwave? If you stare at the microwave for too long, you get cancer.
Yeah.
There was that one.
I remember hearing that one. And that one I think just more so has to do with the waves. I don't know. That's the only thing. That would make sense. It's not true. I know, but that would be the only thing that could like remotely make sense to me. Is that maybe the waves will like escape and they'll.
I think just mom said that shit so you can get the fuck out of the kitchen.
Right, stop looking at your goddamn food, and we're in there like.
Yeah, then bagel bites about to be ready.
Cannot wait so I can go. Because they're too hot. You know that's the exact thing.
Every time. And you're trying to eat and you're like...
Yeah. Try not to burn your mouth. But you don't stop eating.
No, absolutely not. You burn the shit out of your mouth. Thug it out.
But, yeah, girl.
That's so funny. Weird superstitions for sure, bro.
Yeah, I need to ask my mom, like, where did you get these from? Like, who? But I'm sure somebody in the family told her that.
I'm sure.
I know we got family in... Like, most of the family is in Texas on my mom's side, but I think they were, like, in Mississippi. I think maybe some was in Louisiana. Yeah. Like, I don't know if they was in Louisiana or not, but I know they was in Mississippi.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. They, it's the South. It's the South.
Weird shit. So, weird shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for tuning into this real random episode.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed it. It's supposed to be lighter than the last one. So hopefully you got some chuckles out of it.
Even though we talked about God and shit.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is.
We were all over the place.
Go get a tarot card reading, though.
Yeah, go get a tarot card reading. It's cool.
Yeah, it is.
It's nice.
Or, if you know me and you want one, you just let me know.
That's true, too.
I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
No problems.
Shelby will do it for you.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that.
Yes.
I don't know how to do it.
I love it. But we appreciate you guys. Definitely like, follow, share, and subscribe. All of that good jazz. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We are on TikTok. We are on all the things. You can always email us. We want to hear about your experiences with, I don't know,
life,
whatever the fuck you want to fucking message us about.
Just talk to us.
Or if you guys have any topic suggestions that you want us to talk about and like kiki about, go ahead and let us know and reach out to us. We appreciate all the love and support, though.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.